Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Arafat Mohammed. I'm from Ghana, a student of Al Bukhari International University, SBSS Cohort 2, and this is Entrepreneurship and Innovation MPU 3213, and a video presentation for our essay report that we did. We were given some list of topics for each and every student should choose a preferred one. And for me personally, I chose niche marketing strategies for SMEs. So this 10 to 15 minutes video presentation is actually kind of like a summary of the report I did. So not to waste time, let's get down to business. So niche marketing strategies for SMEs. Let's go on. So at the end of this video presentation, our main objectives, things that we are aiming to highlight in this video. First of all, we will be examining niche marketing strategies for small and medium-sized enterprises. Following this, we are going to look at the concept of niche marketing strategies of SMEs. And after that, we'll be looking at how to locate a niche market for SMEs. Then we will look at the benefits and challenges when implementing this marketing strategy, and specifically to small and medium-sized enterprises. Finally, we will be looking at the decisions to market a niche. What are some of the decisions that as an entrepreneur you have to make, and what are some of the things that you have to look at? So the question that all of us will be asking is, what is a niche marketing? What is niche marketing strategy? Or what does this niche marketing really means? So niche marketing strategy is a promotional technique, and this promotional technique relies on a single target audience. So whatever product you are bringing to the market, you make sure you find a single group of people or some set of people, identify their needs, you produce your product, and then you aim at giving to these people, serving your product to them. So the market need defines the product features aimed at satisfying market needs, as well as the price range, production quality, and the demographics that is intended to impact. Okay, let's continue. So in each marketing strategy, companies or businesses focuses on the market area where the competitors or people they are competing with do not address. After the company identifies the industry and product line in which they want to go into, the company can identify a portion that its competitors are not focusing on, and this portion is usually less competitive. One advantage of niche marketing is that it allows brands to differentiate themselves, to appear as a unique authority, and to resonate more deeply with a distinct set of customers, rather than competing with many other brands that are stronger or even bigger than you, your new company, that are even selling the same product and serving same product or services. The company may use what niche marketing strategies to stand out, to become more desirable, to achieve its growth potential, and to create a deeper, long-lasting connection with its customers. Example is, let's look at these three companies, which are Divi's Organic and Protein Safe, Lefty Hand Store, and OnTag. So the first one is Divi's Organic and Protein Safe. There are hundreds of companies that market candies and treats such as chocolate, brownies, popcorns, and cupcakes. So while most people can choose from dozens of brands to find options that satisfy their cravings, there are a group of people who can't. So people have allergies or food restrictions that are related to animal products and nuts. So Divi saw this an undeserved niche, of the sweet industry, and produce a brand that target this market exclusively. So selling cookies and cupcakes is not the unique idea, but selling them with vegans and nut-free options differentiated these Divis in an already saturated or competitive market, enabling them to stand out and build a loyal customer base. Second is left hand store. So I just want to identify an undeserved community on a large market is a smart way to approach niche marketing. So like Divis, lefty hand store they found that a largely undeserved community of people, those who favor their left hand instead of their right hand. Since 90% of the population were using right hand, the left-handers, those who were using their left hand, had to adapt to use items made with the right hand. So what Lefty did was, this problem, they solved this and they created products that will help left-handed people. You understand? So like for instance, just two examples. Both companies, they look at the bigger market and then they saw a pothole within it, and they find out that these things are not being catered off by the companies or their competitors. So instead of producing the same companies the same products that exist, why don't we produce just this product to save this pothole? And that's it. So that's the whole idea of this marketing strategy. Okay, so now let's move on to look at small and medium-sized enterprises. What is the whole idea of small and medium-sized enterprises? These are enterprises which keep revenues, they keep assets, or they keep the number of employees below a certain threshold. Every nation has its own definitions, and it is not specific limited to one definition. There is no clear way. Like for instance, the United States identifies SMEs in a different way. European Union define it in a different way. Countries like Kenya have different abbreviations for these small and medium-sized enterprises. The EU, for instance, they clarifies that a small and medium-sized enterprises is a company with fewer employees, less than 50. You understand? That's the small businesses, and the medium-sized enterprises with fewer than 250. In the United States, according to their definitions, they clarifies that small businesses according to ownership structure, number of employees, earning, and industries. So for example, in manufacturing, the SME is an organization with 500 or less employees. On the other hand, enterprises that mine copper, ore, or nickel, or may have up to 1,500 employees and still be identified as SMEs. In Kenya, they are called MSME, which is a short for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. And in India, it is MSMED, or micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. You understand? So despite differences in nomenclature, in naming them, countries share the commonality of separating enterprises by size and structure. So now let's look at some of the benefits SMEs contribute to national economies of any country. The importance of small and medium-sized enterprises is not limited to emerging nations. Our statistics shows that between the year 2000 to 2012, SMEs generated about 77% of new employment in countries like Canada or some developed countries. Small and medium-sized enterprises are generating 77% of revenue. Then that means they cover the greater proportion of companies. So why is this? And because of this, they create more jobs. Since they have the larger percentage, they create more jobs, and then people or citizens in countries or get a job to do. And new entrepreneurs bring forth innovations, ideas, and skills. But as you are coming into the business, you don't want to come in the business with your own with the idea that existed before. You want to bring a unique way of producing your product or even serving your customers. So that means that as small and medium-sized enterprises keep on coming into the business world, new things come into existence. SMEs also adopt fast to the dynamic business world by switching on the e-commerce and online transaction of goods and services. Now businesses are moving online, and as companies come in, definitely they will try to implement this platform. They want to use this platform to get to their customers. SMEs also contribute heavily to the development of various sectors such as manufacturing, agriculture, and ICT services. This is a table that shows that the impact of SMEs to some countries. We just list these countries which are more advanced, and from these statistics we could know that India and Japan are the leading countries. Like these two countries, they export more. For instance, if you look at Japan, the share of SMEs in Japan is about 38%, which is direct export is 28 and indirect export is 10%. And country also like India, for instance, 42%. So USA, Germany, Denmark, all these countries are advanced countries, developed countries, and they are playing an important role in the improving of the economy of the country. So now let's move on how to locate a niche market SMEs. What as an entrepreneur or as a small business coming into the business world, how do you identify this niche? Okay, so we'll be looking at 4 processes. We will limit our process to just 4, and which are to identify the strengths and interests. 2 is to do research of the industry, and then you start to meet the perfect customer, and finally you choose a product, you test it, adjust, and you keep on repeating it. So number 1 is identifying the strengths and interest of the business. So start by considering, as a small company, what the company is offering and what the company is good at. And best niche marketing strategies are part of companies' brand's unique strengths and perspectives. So therefore, it is essential for SMEs to think about the special and exceptional qualities of their brand, team, and offerings. In most circumstances, these small-scale businesses find the place they prefer to work and the people they prefer to work with. So it's like brand unique strengths and perspective by marketing decision to what to sell. And these are some questions that the company can ask themselves when coming into existence. What specific problem do you want to solve? And what problems can you solve better than those who existed before? Where do you especially excel? What is your stronghold? And what do you know about? What do you know a lot about? What information do you have? And then who do you want to serve? These are some questions, and if you are able to find answers to these questions, you move on to the second stage. The second phase, which we say, do the research of the industry. As you are coming into the industry, I know that Ontag Left Hand Store, and Divis, they made a research of the existence of the companies that existed before. So with this research, they were able to find the potholes. So that's the same thing you have to do as a small and medium-sized enterprise. You make research of the industry. If there is an idea of the sort of niche marketing to pursue, SMEs need to verify if that is a fair concept. Following this, they need to do a competitive analysis to see if there are competitors in this area of service, and if so, what those brands are already doing. So if you're able to see what they are doing, what can you do better than them? These are some tools that can be used. Tools like Uber Suggest, Alexa Keyword Difficulty. These are platforms that provide you with information to know the business sector or the industry that you are coming into. For example, Uber Suggest is a keyword suggestion tool that provides variation in the phase or word that people are looking for. It provides platform to join a broad team to engage in keyword experimentation and get ideas about how to dig into what a subject. Like Amazon categories. Amazon is a big platform for business. So you go there, you analyze things that are there. Then you get to see what are people serving already and what are they not serving. And with this you can bring your own what product. The third one is to meet the perfect customer. After you've made a research, you find out that these people are being left out. That's another way to gain insight and motivation for targeted campaigns, is to look carefully at the target demographic and recognize what they actually want and what they need. So getting to know the ideal customer can help SMEs to deliver a better product, service, or message to them. So meet these people, and then you will get to know their needs and want. And also there is a platform or a tool called the Alexa Audience Overlap tool to research your ideal audience. These are some platforms or innovations or advancement in technology that has simplified ways of getting to know your customers. You can check them out and look at the link below. There is a link over there where you can click it to take you to that website, or you can just search Alexa Audience Overlap tool to find more ideas about it. So after you've done this, the first one, you identify your interest. You ask yourself those several questions. The second step, you make the research, and the third step, you meet your customers. Now you choose, test, adjust, and repeat it. Finally, like most marketing strategies, results may not align with objectives. Even after you met with customers or you did all this research, the expectation will not be the same as the reality. So therefore, what do you need to do? They need to check the original concept, analyze their findings, and start to adapt accordingly. Probably the first concept of niche marketing did not succeed, but that a quick change might attract viewers and lead to loyal buyers. The first product you produce, it didn't meet their requirement, but then you can see what was left out. You adjust the beginning of your product, what you started, adjust it to meet their needs and want, and then you repeat producing your product. So after doing all this research, what are the decisions to market a niche? As an entrepreneur, when coming into a business and when you try to target a group of people, what you need to do is you have to acknowledge the present. You have to be aware. You have to be aware of intent or vision. What are your visions, my man? What are the things that you look at? You have to control your dreams. Manage within your means. What are the things you have, and what do you think these things will be able? What will these things give you? What will these things provide for you? And don't forget, as an entrepreneur, you have to determine the risk. You have to look at what are the problems or challenges that you might be facing. So finally, of our presentation, what are the benefits and challenges when implementing niche marketing strategies for SMEs? So we categorize, as we've tabulated it into two ways. So first, the benefits on the left hand side, and then the challenges on the right hand side. So it improves trust, inspire customers, and build partnership to enhance consumer loyalty. That's one advantage. It allows brands to differentiate themselves, to appear as a unique authority, and to resonate more deeply with a distinct set of customers. Finally, company may use niche marketing to stand out, to become more desirable, to achieve its growth potential, and to create a deeper, long-lasting connection with its target customers. And then finally, the challenges. Look at the challenges first. The smaller market makes growth difficulty. There's not a large customer demand. When you target a small group of people, you find out that there's not much demand. It's just some few people that exist. This might be a challenge or a problem. And if companies don't have great persistence, if they don't perceive very well, they can quit producing their product. And then if a larger company joins the competition, or the goods and service you provide becomes obsolete due to innovation. This is one problem also. Maybe you produce a product, but then innovation or due to advancement, new set of products comes into existence. So if they come into existence, you get to find out that your product becomes extinct. People will not like it anymore. So it is a problem. And also, if a big company joins in producing what you are producing, they might add some touch that you haven't added to it, because you are a small business and you don't have that big or huge money to invest. You are starting from a small scale. So big companies, when they join producing that same product you are producing, it might downgrade you, or have some challenges or some problems or some setbacks to your product. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and inshallah we'll provide you with more informative presentations and videos. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.